choosing to do with it. I तो सही में record कर रहा है. चलो चलो ask me the right questions. I'll give the right answers.
So, if you've been anything like me, you go into a restaurant, you flip through the pages of the menu, you think about what do I want right now, what time of day it is, who I am with, what is the right thing to eat. You look at the biryani, you look at the fried rice, you look at the gravy, you look at the chapati, and then you're like, which combination should I try right now, and what is the right thing to do at this moment. And other people are looking at you that, oh, you've been looking at the menu for past 5 minutes, so you need to come up with the right answer for the waiter who is standing for just your order, because everyone else has placed the order already. And it almost has started to feel humiliating at this point that I cannot come up with a thing that I need to eat at this moment. Why is this become such a differential calculus problem for me? And I think you have a really interesting take to share on how you choose
Good.
to pick your food
Yes.
and how you eat. So please enlighten us.
So this is a very simple experiment. Everybody should try out. If you are watching this video, definitely try this out. If you just observe yourself what you eat, like let's say after watching this video, maybe you would be having your next meal. Maybe you'll be having a dinner or a snack or lunch, breakfast, something. If you just have one observation that after eating this, what does it make me feel? And for me personally, when I did that, I realized that I have been eating for more than 20 years now. And the best part is, this is the habit that I didn't even have to build, and I still do it more than 3-4 times a day. It's a very powerful habit that all of us have built, and a necessary one if you look at it from one perspective. And yet, a lot of us don't pay attention to it. We just enjoy snacking, whatever is available, or most of the time it's like, oh, I'm going on Zepto and I need to increase my cart value. So whatever the algorithm suggests, I'll just add it to cart and order it so that my cart value exceeds. And if you just observe that, after a point you'll realize that, like, okay, not all food is good for me. And most of the time what I'm choosing is not what I am choosing, but what the world wants me to choose. Maybe it's the algorithm on Zepto, or maybe it's the reviews on Zomato, or maybe it's the limited dishes that are available in the menu of a restaurant. And none of them are inherently bad for you, but a lot of them are not the best for you. So once you start observing that, oh, I've been eating for this long, but does it actually make me feel better? Like, is it making me healthy? Is it even, like, a lot of the time we just give it to the fact that it's just tasty, and the fact that we are eating out, the fact that we are ordering in. But does it actually make me feel good? When I ask that question, a lot of the times the answer wasn't straightforward. Like, if I'm eating too spicy, too oily, or too masaledar food, after some time I just wouldn't feel my best. I wouldn't feel as lively as I wanted to be. It would make me lazy. It would make me feel a little weird. But when I was having more lively food, like if I was eating fruits or something which was more raw, like cucumbers and carrots, or like curd is one of my favorite. More lively the food, the more lively you feel. And this might sound stupid, but if you think about it, a horse as an animal is very, very lively, and it eats grass. But what is grass in some sense? Grass is directly sun in other form. Like, it takes the sun's energy and consumes it. So horse in a way is so energetic because it's taking the solar energy, if you look at it from a motivational speaker's perspective. So I had learned this when I was a child, that jaisa ann vaisa man. So the food you take is who you are in some sense, and what your mind is, and how you think about things. So next time you are eating, give it a little thought. Is this what I want to eat? Or in other words, is this who I want to be?
You were telling me about what you order usually, In our group, you are the fastest, fingers first on what to order. And you were telling me about an algorithm you have come up with, your own realization to it.
So my go-to algorithm in most cases, at least these days, is no matter what restaurant I'm going, at least for most of the restaurants, there will be a paneer tikka available, rice and curd available, the bare minimum. Or if I'm at a good restaurant, my default are meals, veg meals, because I don't have to think much about it. Everything else, the restaurants can do whatever they want. They can add more oil, they can make it more spicy, they can make it more masala, whatever it is. But these are my safe bets. And until and unless I don't want to experiment with something new, like let's say if I want to try out a new cuisine and I'm okay with the cuisine being bad, or if I'm not okay with the restaurant being okay, even if the food is bad, I'm fine with it. If that is not the case, I'm not trying it out. Because most of the cases where I realize that like I'll just go and I'll be like, oh, let me just order this as well, this as well, this as well, this as well. A lot of the restaurants, they do the same bullshit. No matter where you go, the menus will be 60-70% of the restaurant will be the same. There will be some variety of naan, there will be some variety of gravy, there will be rice, and you don't really have that much options. But like looking at the menu, you're like, oh my god, there's so much. What am I going to choose? And to be honest, a lot of them don't really change much. Like if I'm having paneer butter masala in one restaurant, if I go to a different restaurant, it's not going to like blow my minds away. At least in 70% of the restaurants. Very few restaurants you would be like go like, oh wow, it's actually good. So why spend that much time thinking about this? Like if you are not really willing to experiment, if you're not willing to have good food, there's like 7 out of the 10 restaurants you are visiting, you'll just know like okay, it's not good. And especially for the expensive ones, like those of you who are watching and thinking that like, oh, I'm paying this much because the food would be good. That's exactly what they want you to think. They want you to think that you're paying so much and there's a sunk cost fallacy. So you start thinking that like, oh, the food is good, but that's definitely not the case. So I just honestly believe that you should experiment, yes, but your body is very okay with eating the same kind of food for a long time. It doesn't hurt you as much. It's not like you're committing some crime by eating the same food every day. And I don't do that. I don't eat the same food every day, but my food patterns are very predictable. So see what works for you best.
Right. So you're saying taste in terms of food is something that you need to have taste for.
Yeah, that's a good way to put for it. Yes.
So taste for a restaurant, you can go in a bad restaurant and then try to find the tastiest food, and that wouldn't lead you anywhere.
Yes, exactly.
And you can, I mean, inherently, I think you'll have to make an assumption that if you're going out in today's world,
Yes.
it is going to be food wise, taste wise, not a great experience
Yep.
at 95% of the places.
Easily. Like I can say with my eyes closed, like the menu would be more or less same, or like it would be predictable. Like I don't think a lot of the places would offer you something that you'll see. Okay, I'll tell you how the funnel is. You'll read the, like if you're going to a great place and you read the dish's name, you might think like, oh my god, it's going to be amazing and whatnot.
Let's wind back and start from how we are choosing the restaurant itself.
That's a good starting point. So this is what I realized a lot of the times when people are choosing restaurants, they're choosing based on reviews. Like what other people are choosing and what are other people choosing, what other people are choosing. So at the end of the day, the algorithm is actually winning because people don't want to think. Like nobody can go wrong for eating in the restaurant that 500 people have suggested. Because at the end of the day, people don't even have taste at the core of it. Because everybody, like at least for most people, they can be like, oh, I'm just okay with the biryani, or I'm just okay with this, I'm just okay with that. So a lot of the people you're taking suggestions from, they don't really know what is best for them. So they can only suggest with their limited options that they have. And more than that, if lot of we ourselves don't know what we like.
Right.
And that's why the very need for experiment comes from a place that like maybe if I eat something amazing, that will be my life's food.
Right.
That will be like my grand discovery
Right.
that this is my life's food.
So most of the food that we are going to eat in a restaurant
Mm.
is picked from us based on the trust that we have in other people,
Yes.
which is the tool that all of these platforms use for you to pick. If you are
Yeah.
going to search on Google,
Yep.
you're going to check for reviews and you are going to trust other people
Yes.
and what their taste is in the food,
Yes.
right?
And the restaurants themselves, they're like, where do you think the restaurants are placed? Are they like placed in random places? No, they're placed where there's a lot of footfall, where there are a lot of people. And where do the masses go? Where there is no taste. Because that what it corely means. If you're making something for the masses, you cannot really focus corely on the taste.
So what do you do then? You make it more spicy. You make it.
You
more...
numb the senses. That's the best part. Like if you go and eat a dessert out there, or if you're having a juice, it's some form of the other or sugar. It's just sugar. So either it will be too sweet, or it will be too spicy, it will be too oily, or it will be too masaladar. Like those are the few options they have. And like if I'm having an authentic food,
That are the
somewhere-
only option they have to make you feel something.
yeah. So making you feel in the extreme is the only feeling they can generate. And I mean honestly that is what works. That is what media also does to an extent. If you think like if they generate an extreme emotion in you, if they like make you sad or if they make you extreme angry or if they make you extremely violent, that just sells. So why not? And the problem with that is after you eat enough spicy. So by the way, this is a fact no one asks for. Spice is not a taste bud. We have 4 taste buds in our in our tongue, and spice is not one of them. So spice is basically our body telling us like, okay, unidentified thing, and it's causing unwanted sensations. So when that happens, a lot of those food we eat outside today is what? It's spicy. So it's basically all of it is designed to numb you as much as possible. Because if something is inherently spicy and it's too spicy, you don't even know what its actual taste like. Okay, some of you might say that like, okay, I'm having chili paneer or chili chicken or something like that, and that's supposed to be spicy. In that sense, it makes sense. But for everything, if it's spicy, you wouldn't know what it actually tastes like, and that is what a lot of restaurants try to do. They do things in the extreme. Like you can do this in the extreme. You go to a normal restaurant, don't go any posh, and you order something. You can literally see how the oil is floating. Like I mean, we saw today. We ordered 2 dishes, and the top of it, the oil was floating, and we asked them to. We said it's too much oil. Can you change this or something? They took it. They just added water and gave it back to us. So, yeah. If the market is aligned, if the market's interests aren't aligned towards yours, maybe you should think about what's right for me. Because in the short term you might optimize, like you'll go to Google Maps and search for restaurants near me, and even in that restaurants you might be like, you'll just check out the images like, oh, a lot of people have suggested this, so let me just go try that out. And so you are trying out what everyone else is trying out, and everyone else is trying out what everyone else is trying out. So it's a beautiful loop that keeps happening. And the best part is that will not get you closer to who you are. That will get you closer to the masses. Because the aim is always to get the average high, and if you want to be the average, all welcome. But all of us have unique tastes, and I inherently believe that if we can prioritize what our actual taste is, that's a better way to live life than letting someone else be like, okay, I chose it based on what was available, on what Google suggested, what ChatGPT suggested, and which had higher reviews, and where, oh, this is also another criteria. Which restaurant is giving me discounts?
Right.
This is like which restaurant has coupons, which restaurant has discounts. We always optimize for that. And to be honest, you can, if you actually think of the business of it, I can only give you discounts in things where I can sell it for cheap. And what are the things I can sell it for cheap? Where the process of making it, the things I use it are also cheap. So the very nature of it is I am not giving you good things. So even if you save money off of it, you're getting cheap stuff. And that is something we all have to kind of make peace with ourselves, that like, okay, I maybe I just used this coupon and saved $50, but their aim wasn't for you to save $50. Their aim was to make you spend 150 while you were thinking you're going to spend 200. And I'll also talk about the health side of things, that at least in today's time it's getting easier to talk about health thanks to all the social media and people talking about it. But with that, what has become more easier is that making you think something is healthy while it's not. So we should be more in tune with our body and understand like what actually is healthy for me, and should I have that, should I not have that, does it serve my body well. And if you think that like, oh, all of this is bullshit and it doesn't matter to me, the statistics will prove otherwise over time. Because a lot of people have diabetes, they have stomach issues and all that, and these are not some strange people, like these are people we know who are suffering with all of this. So sooner or later it will be us. And if we are not making that conscious choice, it's very easy that someone else is choosing for us. And the person who is choosing, or the masses that are choosing, their interests are not aligned in the best interest for you. Their interests are aligned in making the best for them.
Right.
So you are just a tool there.
I think I'll come back to the same point we started with, that if you're eating 3 times or 4 times a day, and assuming you are even 20-year-old, you have had food so many times.
Yeah.
So somewhere it feels like we should, if we are alive, we should have an understanding of what it means for us to try out at any moment.
Yes.
And we should have some understanding from what we have already tried out.
Yes.
And we should understand that if we are going out and eating, we are helping a business make money. And any business works on some incentive.
Yeah.
The incentive might not always be serving the customer. That incentive for a business could be to make most profit, to make sure that the business is sustaining. If a business is not running well, probably they'll try to cut down on the source material, and then sell it in a way that is still sell it at a more appealing way, right? No restaurant or no brand will ever come across and say that, oh, we are running low on business, so we are making some cut in cost, and then we are then this is the product you are going to get, right? Product from a business perspective is always superior for someone who's selling it.
Yes.
So it's the customer's choice to really be wise and make a decision on what do you want to buy. So as my friend told you about all of his considerations, I think he's a wise human being, especially when it comes in regard to food, as someone who cooks really good food, who understands how cooking works, and someone who we all think of as orders quickly in its essence, and the right thing, and who knows what health is and how to pick the right source. So if there's something that you're taking, it is to think for yourself when you're doing something and not borrow your own beliefs from outside. Thank you.
So to end on a note, what you consume eventually consumes you, and what you eat eats you. Choose wisely. जैसा अन्न वैसा मन.